magnifique. So, I'm in Shepparton, Victoria. Shepparton's a pretty standard Aussie town. It's got some malls, it's got some gas stations, it's got a McDonald's, and of course it's got a mosque. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Anyway, for all you young ones out there, Ned Kelly is not to be confused with R. Kelly. Remember, Ned Kelly is the one who pissed people off, and R. Kelly is the one who pissed... Well, let's not get into that too much. Let's just say Ned Kelly was the white one who didn't believe he could fly. Delicious. Ned first got in trouble for stealing a horse, much like a teenager stealing a car today. Only of course, horses run on hay and shit all over the place. He also had some other run-ins with the law, like striking a police officer. Now when they went to his house to arrest him, well, he wasn't there. So, they just arrested his mother, put her in prison for 3 years hard labour. Pretty standard logic. So he ended up on the run and of course, very pissed off. So he just carried on stealing horses from rich landowners. He robbed some banks, which he gave a lot of the money away to the poor who were also persecuted by the system. And he did kill a couple of coppers along the way. But hey, chances are they deserved it. It all came to a head when they sent a trainload of coppers to arrest Ned. And they ended up cornering him and his gang in the local pub. The gunfight that went on all night is where we get the iconic image of Ned wearing his homemade bulletproof vest made out of steel plates. And for a while, it worked just fine. The bullets just bounced off him. But by the early hours of the morning, all of Ned's gang, and of course some innocent bystanders, were all fucking dead. And they found Ned under a tree, worse for wear, close to death. But he stuck around just long enough to get sentenced to hang. So, on November the 11th, 1880, that's what happened. Ned was dead. As you can imagine, the town where Ned Kelly's last stand was is full of everything to do with Ned Kelly. So I've been to the museum, chatted to some of the locals, and got their opinion on why they think Ned was so revered as a hero.
His outfit, his armour.
There's a book on Ned Kelly from the time he was 10 to when he was hung, and locals had spotted his father wearing a dress, and allegedly Ned found the dress in a tin box, pulled it out, burnt it, then dragged the tin box into the paddock where his father could see it.
It wasn't just about Ned, it was about all the Irish were hounded by all the English, which was the police and the squatters. So, I think he was in that much trouble that he just decided, right, I can't get any worse. I'm going to stand up and fight for the people that are all like me. So it wasn't just the Kellys, it was all the Irish.
But behind me is the most significant spot, because this is where they finally captured Ned. He was badly wounded and bleeding, barely alive, and this is where they got him. This is Greta Cemetery, and somewhere in here Ned Kelly is buried in an unmarked grave. How do I know that? Well, there's a little memorial here. guess the only people who know are his remaining relatives. Later, Ned. You take it easy. So it's kind of interesting because although I never knew Ned Kelly, obviously before I made my way out here to Glenrowan and now to Greta, to the cemetery where Ned's final resting place is, before I did all that, I read about the guy, I did some research. So I kind of feel like I got to know him a little bit. So in some strange way, it's actually kind of sad. But you get that.